Hey, good afternoon, lovers. It's Katie here with some self-love wisdom today. Thank you for joining me. Oh, I can see my battery's about to die. Oof, we'll keep this short. Lovely to have you. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. I hope you're looking forward to your weekend. So today I've promised you a little bit of self-love wisdom. Hey, Sana. Hey, Nicola. Lovely to see you guys. Wait to see who's going to join on Facebook, but I'm just going to kind of dive in, I think, today. Hey, Mandy. Hi, nice to see you, darling. Okay, so self-love wisdom. How am I feeling today? Let me just tune in. What do I want to say? I'm going to share a reading with you today because I felt like I don't have the wisdom today. Do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like you just don't have it in you today? And when I feel like that, I go within and I ask myself, what do I need? And sometimes I need to sleep more. Sometimes I need to do a meditation. Sometimes I need to get out my journal. Sometimes I need to go for a walk. Sometimes I reach for inspirational books, something that somebody else has read. Sometimes I need to lean on somebody else's wisdom. I hosted a call last night with my Evolution membership. It was an Evolution membership call, but I put it out publicly yesterday just to share a little bit of what we do inside the membership. And the call yesterday was with a new friend of mine named Tamsin, and we were talking about what it takes to cultivate and sustain the feminine leader. And part of that conversation in terms of how do we sustain ourselves as feminine leaders was, what are our practices? Like, what do you have as a practice that sustains you as a woman, as a leader? And something I didn't mention, I was talking about, like journaling is one of my practices at the moment, like bringing in fun and joy and pleasure into my life. So that's paddleboarding at the moment. Sometimes that's yoga. My oracle cards, those of you who come onto these lives regularly know that I love to share my Wild Kuan Yin oracle cards, the goddess cards. I love to read those. And I have a stack of books always by my bed, and I've got a huge library of books up here of inspirational reading, other people's wisdom. And I know all the books very well. And depending on how I'm feeling and what I need, I reach for somebody else's words of wisdom. And like a bunch of you will come on and join my lives and watch my videos, read my content and so on. When you need to tap into a little bit of wisdom, when you need to tap into somebody else's higher vibrational energy, when you need to tap into some hope or some guidance, or like just what do I need to hear? Maybe she'll have what that is today. Like, we have our people. You might have podcasts that you listen to for that as well. Perhaps different types of music. Okay, so one of the things I have is my books of inspiration. And before I went to sleep the other night, I picked up this one on my bedside table. I've shared it with you guys before, I'm pretty sure. It's Marianne Williamson's The Law of Divine Compensation. And one of my favorite things to do with books that I've read multiple times and that I know is just to kind of hold on to them a bit like I do with my oracle cards and just flick through and open to a page and see what it has for me. And a couple of nights ago, I did that with this book. And I came to the chapter on prayer. And I specifically came to page 160 here, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I want to just read from this book with you today. I want to share Marianne Williamson's wisdom with you today. And it is self-love wisdom, no doubt. And to preface, I love this on prayer. I'm not actually religious, and yet I do believe in prayer. And I believe that prayer is a way of directing your energy and setting intentions and calling on source energy, creation energy to support me in my desires, in how I'm feeling. And so I would use prayer for that, albeit I'm not actually religious. And so may I just do a little reading for you today? And I invite you, hopefully you've got your cup of tea or coffee, or you're having your lunch. Hi, Izzy. And nice to see you. And maybe just sit back and close your eyes and just receive these words, because these words were very helpful to me a couple of nights ago. And I feel like they're helpful to me today as well. I feel like I want to lean into this wisdom today. I know that my soul is craving just some quiet time today. Had a really busy week, and I'm craving a little bit of quiet time, a little bit of me time. I'm craving to get grounded and just to reconnect to the truth of who I am. And I know I can do that through prayer. And that's why I think this chapter is really important. So just sit back, put your feet up. There's nothing to do. This is just an opportunity for you to sit and receive some beautiful wisdom. So this is chapter 14, entitled Prayer. In the words of A Course in Miracles, prayer is the medium of miracles. It's a means of communication of the created with the creator. Prayer is a conscious request that our thoughts be shifted by a power greater than our own. This shift from ego thinking to spirit thinking is the miracle. A serious prayer life is a mental orientation, an attunement to God throughout the day. Prayer directs the mind to hear the voice for God over the voice of the ego, to notice the illumined thoughts and ideas that emerge naturally from the deeper regions of our consciousness. With prayer, we're asking what we can learn, what insight God would have us receive, what wisdom He would place within us. The universe is like a house wired for electricity, but too often we're like unplugged lamps. Prayer is the way we plug into the divine, aligning our thinking with the love that infuses all things. Prayer expands our consciousness, thus expanding the set of possibilities that we experience. As we saw in an earlier chapter, when our attitude is negative, few opportunities arise. This is not because opportunities don't exist, but because our negative attitude and energy blind us to them. You might be sitting at lunch one day next to a woman who could provide you with a wonderful work opportunity, but because you're going on and on about how rough things are and how tough it's been for you, it doesn't occur to her to engage you in a conversation about professionally moving forward with her. For one thing, you've showed her how effective you are or aren't at handling problems in your life. Your energy deflected whatever miracle might have occurred. If you had awakened that day affirming, "This is the day that the Lord has made," a day of infinite possibilities because God is a God of infinite possibility, a day when the universe is reaching out its arms to provide you with every opportunity for joy, you would have been wired differently at lunch. That woman would have been blown away. Your energy, your attitude, your positivity, your words, your ability to listen to others and truly dwell in the present, all those things make you a person others want to be with, want to work with, want to share ideas with. That energy is the spiritual basis of wealth creation. I once knew an actress who was looking for work. She was constantly invited to parties, yet consistently turned down the invitations, saying, "You don't get work by going to parties." Boy, how wrong was she? You never know whom you're going to meet where or what form of an opportunity it's going to take. The miracle worker doesn't just show up for auditions. The miracle worker shows up for life, and life reciprocates. Prayer writes the universe around you because it writes your mind. Dear God, I surrender to you my work and my desire for work. I surrender to you my fear. I surrender to you my money, and I surrender to you my debts. I surrender to you my sense of failure, and I surrender to you my shame. I surrender to you my dreams and my visions and my hopes. Amen. That which we place in the hands of God is turned into right-minded thinking. The altar to God is within our mind, and that which is placed on the altar is then altered. There's no magic formula for how to pray. No one is monitoring whether or not you get it right. Simply pray from your heart with sentiments such as, Dear God, lift all these things into your hands. Asking that something to be lifted up to divine right order means asking that it be lifted to the highest thought forms possible. A lower thought form is something like, I'm a failure, I'm no good, I'll never succeed. A higher thought form is more like, I'm a child of God. I know that I've made mistakes, but I atone for my errors. I'm willing in all ways to be the person God would have me be. I'm willing to be shown where I need to improve. I know that God has a plan for me. I place myself in service to humanity, and I ask God to use me to help heal the world. When we meditate and pray, we align our mind with God's power. Our nervous system takes on a mantle of peace. Our anxious thoughts are replaced by peaceful ones. Our dull thinking becomes radiant and brilliant. And this corrective does not apply just to money or employment, it applies to everything. Every single moment, every single holy instant, the universe is ready to begin again. The only time that God's time intersects with linear time is in the present moment. Miracles happen not in the past or future, but now. Every single moment, God is pouring forth his love for you with endless opportunities for renewal and rebirth. Every single moment, God is saying, here is the glory of the universe. Do you want it? Show up for it, because it's yours. That's brought tears to my eyes. Let me read that last sentence again, because it's a good one. Every single moment, God is saying, here is the glory of the universe. Do you want it? Show up for it, because it's yours. How does that land? I find that absolutely beautiful. They're the words of wisdom that I needed to hear today, and it's my pleasure to share them with you as well today. And it's, Mandy's saying, show up. Yeah, show up. But, we can't show up for others. Oh, I've got a low battery. Hold on. We can't show up for others until we're showing up for ourselves first, right? And I think prayer is a way of just grounding and connecting with ourselves and showing up for ourselves first. So I hope that I hope that helped you today. I hope that touched you today. And I'm sending you a lot of love. I'm going to go and just spend some time in quiet contemplation now. I am now going to spend a little bit of time in prayer and in meditation and with my journal, just to reconnect to the truth of me, because I feel like that's what I need just for now today. I've got a lot to do. I've got a busy day, and there's nothing more important than just stopping and taking time out to reconnect with who we are, with who I am, so that what I have to do and get done comes from a place of alignment and true authenticity, and that's high vibrational, not low vibrational. Does that make sense? Yeah, Mandy's saying it's true for her. Beautiful. So with that, I'm sending you all my love. Have a beautiful weekend, and I can't wait to see you on Monday morning for our self-love ritual. Yeah, on Monday morning. All right, see you then. Lots of love. Bye.